My name's Colleen McCray Katz. Welcome to my kitchen. I've lived in the Philadelphia suburban area all of my life. I'm quite familiar with Philadelphia brand cream cheese. We used to eat it on Fridays during Lent with some saltines. That was always a good treat. Today I'm going to be using Philadelphia whipped cream cheese with onions and chives, and I'm going to be making garlic and herb smashed potatoes. I hate peeling potatoes, so I found a way to never ever peel a potato again. I use Red Bliss potatoes and I don't peel them. And my recipe calls for a variation in numbers of potatoes, and the reason is that Red Bliss potatoes come in a variety of sizes. In one bag you might get a potato this size or one this size. So how many potatoes you use in your recipe is going to depend on what size potatoes you're going to be using. The way that I cut my potatoes, it really is important how you cut the potatoes for this recipe, because you don't want big chunks of potato skin when you're eating them. So I usually quarter them. Lengthwise. And then I cut them in about 1/4 inch sections. And that gives you nice small pieces of potato skin, and it also helps the potatoes to cook really quickly when you're boiling them. Then you put them in about 1.5 cups of salted water, and you cook them for 15 to 20 minutes until they're nice and soft. And then you drain off the water, which I'm going to do right now. These should be ready. I have some boiling right now. And what I do is I put the pot back on the burner while the burner's off. Then I take my butter, a full stick of butter, and I put it in the pot so that it starts to melt. Then we can get the cream cheese going in there. About 1/2 tub of this chive cream cheese. Put that down in there too, so that can start to melt. You may hear some odd sounds in the background. You want to get a shot of the dogs? I have 2 little Maltesers that love to that love to cook with me and love to get whatever falls on the floor while I'm cooking. So you might hear them. Then I put the potatoes back on top of the butter. Oops, we have a couple of escapees here. And the cream cheese. So again, it can help them to melt. The heat of the potatoes is going to help the butter, cream cheese to melt. That's my husband banging his head on my pot rack. And he didn't yell. That's pretty good. Then we're going to add about 1 tablespoon of fresh dill. A tablespoon of fresh basil. Half tablespoon of seasoning salt. I like to use seasoning salt because it has a whole bunch of spices in there, and a little bit less salt, which is a little bit healthier for those of us who are trying to watch our salt. And half tablespoon of fresh black cracked pepper. I put that all in there. I'm going to wash my hands for just 1 second. And now the butter and one more thing. I usually put in 2 cloves of garlic, but this clove of garlic is a monster, so I'm just going to put in the 1. And I use a grater and grate it right in. It's really easy and quick. And I never could get the hang of a garlic press, so this works better for me. As long as you don't grate up your fingers, you're in good shape. Throw in a nice little piece. Get all that garlic in there. And now we're just going to mix it really well. And hopefully our potatoes are nice and soft, and we'll start to smash up in here. There's our butter. If you need to, you can put it on a low flame. to get everything to melt together. Usually, potatoes are hot enough and the pot is hot enough to get everything to melt. So I'm going to stop it here for just a minute till I get everything mixed up, and I'll be right back. Okay everybody, this is what your potatoes will look like. Let me turn this light off, maybe it'll help a little bit. Is that better or worse? Turn it back on? Okay. This is what your potatoes will look like after they're all smashed up and everything's mixed in real well. You'll still have chunks of potato in there, but everything's all melted and all your herbs are mixed in. So it's looking pretty good and smelling really well. Really good, isn't it, honey?
It definitely is.
So next I'm going to show you how I'm going to serve it for my Easter dinner. And it'll make these potatoes really special. So we're going to take another quick break so we can get that done. Be back with you in just a minute. Okay, this is the way I would serve it for my Easter dinner. I have these saucer champagne glasses that I never knew really what to do with them. They're kind of outdated and your champagne goes flat when you use them. So I was inspired by a wedding that I went to where they had a potato bar and they served them in martini glasses. So I thought, hey, I could use my saucer champagne glasses and serve my potatoes like this on a bed of kale with a sprig of dill as a garnish. And then I have toppings in these little liqueur glasses, again, something I don't really use, for each guest. These are things you could also pick up if you don't happen to have them at yard sales and thrift shops along your way. I have, green onions. I have onions and mushrooms that I sauteed. I have chives and I have sour cream, so that each guest can pick the toppings that they like and put it on their potatoes. So this is the way I would like to serve my potatoes and make them really special for Easter dinner. And you can serve them however you like. They're really delicious. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you soon.